A long time ago, in the 60s, SHURE were dominating the broadcast market with the renowned SM5. This 25cm long monster was by all accounts decent. But then, in the early 70s, SHURE gave a group of hotshot engineers the challenge of making an SM5 style mic with an SM57 cartridge. Unlimited budget, no restrictions.
Challenge accepted.
In the words of one SHURE employee, they went nuts. This was an SM57 on steroids. But every mic needs a champion. Enter Michael Jackson. 3 years on from Off the Wall, he needed the next big record, and his mic of choice was the SM7. Fortunately for SHURE, Thriller went on to be the best-selling album of all time. And now, 40 years later, we have the SM7b, a legendary mic, an instantly recognized classic, loved by singers, podcasters, and broadcasters worldwide, but it's not without its issues.
And I am going to show you how to fix those issues, at least for the most part, and make your mic sound so much better. Sorry for the squeaky chair. This is an SM7b. So we started with the SM7, which is what Michael Jackson used on Thriller. Then we had the SM7A in I think 1999, and now we have the B. They're all fairly similar. They've added like a bigger windshield and like a bit of, I don't know, shock protection buffering inside. But otherwise, it's the same mic that Michael Jackson used on Thriller. It's an awesome mic and it's bomb-proof. But as I said, it's not without its issues. One of those issues is that it's really quiet. It can be a bit dark sounding. So in this video, I'm going to show you my 5 top tips for making your SM7b sound way better. And you know, like a professional pop microphone that you hear on massive records all the time. So the first thing, and I think this is an absolutely compulsory purchase. If you're buying an SM7b, you can't just buy the microphone. You also need to buy one of these things. This is a cloud lifter. It's made by Cloud Microphones. This is the CL1, and it is £139 at the minute, I think. Look, I'll put a little thing here so you can see how much it is. It adds a bunch of gain, which makes the SM7 way louder. This is good, because if you're using a normal interface, like a Scala, or in fact most interfaces, they're not gonna have enough gain that sounds clean enough to push the SM7 to sound good. So you're gonna wanna get something like this. There's loads of them available. I think there's like a Dynamite one by SE, I think. Again, I'll put a little thingy here. But without this, your SM7 is going to sound really quiet and not sound as present in mixes. So make sure to pick up this. This is a compulsory purchase if you're buying an SM7. So make sure you add about £150 to the purchase price before you buy one. Number 2, really easy, this one actually. This is what an SM7b looks like, right? This bit, I'm not sure if everyone knows this when they buy one, is completely removable. Just slide your fingernail around the plastic rim, and then this bit, the pop shield, the wind filter, whatever you want to call it, comes off. There's 2 reasons you're going to want to do this. The first one doesn't make it sound better. You need to clean this. I don't know many people that clean their SM7 pop shield, and they're kind of gross. Soapy water, bit of warm water, leave it in there overnight, give it a squeeze. Good to go. Basically, this leaves you with a microphone without a big piece of foam over the end of it. So the main issue you're going to have with this mic is it's too quiet, it sounds muffled, and it isn't bright and present like other condenser pop microphones. So by taking the pop shield off the foam one, you're going to let a lot more like sibilant sounds through, and it's going to sound way brighter. What I suggest you use is a pop shield like this one. This is by Aston, but any old pop shield will do. Even like a pair of tights over a coat hanger will do fine. Put this in front of your mic like this, and that's going to let the nice sibilant sounds through. It's going to sound really bright and not as muffled. Okay, so the third thing about the SM7 is probably not that natural to all singers. So what most singers are used to doing is sitting like kind of this far away from the microphone, you know, a good 20-30 centimeters, and singing. And most condensers, that's kind of what they're designed to do. Not so much with this. With an SM7b, you need to be singing on the foam, or if you're using a pop shield like this, you need to be singing really close to it, like your lips touching the pop shield and the mic just behind it. The reason for that is this is a less sensitive microphone. If you're going to be singing this far away, first of all, you're going to pick up a lot of room noise, but second of all, it's going to sound really quiet and thin. The closer you get, the more low end you're going to introduce to the sound, and it's going to sound a lot fuller, a lot more present, and a lot more forward in your songs. So try and sing really up close and personal. If you're using the foam wind filter, make sure your lips are literally touching the foam when you're talking into it, and that's going to give you the best sound. Number 4 is compression. Compression is important in all vocal recordings. It's basically a way of leveling out the signal, making it less loud and quiet, so it's all the same kind of volume, because then you can push it forward and make it louder overall, and you're not going to get the big spikes, okay? It's more important with the SM7, because generally it's quite a quiet microphone, and when you're up close and personal like this, you're going to get more peaks and more troughs. So you're going to want to level them out, and that's going to enable you to push it forward in the mix. Another benefit of compression is usually it brings out some of the nice top end, which this needs a lot of help with because it isn't a very bright microphone. So the more you compress it, the brighter it's going to be, the more sibilant, the more forward it's going to appear in your mixes, and generally it's going to make this sound far better. So you're going to want to compress it in lots of little stages, but probably a little bit more, maybe a lot more, than most other condenser microphones. And finally, my fifth thing that I do to make your SM7b sound better is appropriate EQing. Now, I can't give you a one-size-fits-all on this because your voice is going to sound different through this mic to my voice or to anyone else's voice. But what you're going to want to do, probably more so than using a condenser like the one I'm recording on here, is you're going to want to really brighten up that top end. I know I keep banging on about it in this video, but really, you're going to want to put a high shelf on it. You're probably going to cut some of the low mids out because ultimately this is quite a well-rounded mic. It's meant for broadcasting, for recording spoken word. It was designed to record everything, which is what it does really well, but specifically it is really used in broadcasted radio, and that's why it has that lovely warm sound to it. In pop music, you really want it to be bright and punchy and really cut through a mix. So you're going to want to brighten the top end with your EQ, make sure you're cutting out any nasty frequencies down low, and maybe even take a little bit out of the low mids to give it a bit more clarity up top. If you go down to the description box below, I'm going to leave a link so you can download a vocal chain preset specifically for the SM7b. Just a note, it's probably not going to work perfectly on everyone's voice. You're going to have to adjust it for you. Maybe it'll be too bright if you have a really bright voice, maybe it'll be too dark if you have quite a low voice. Try it, see what you think. I'm going to use just Logic stock plugins, so it'll work in Logic, no problem. If you want it in other DAWs, let me know below and I'll do one for Ableton or whatever else. Essentially, it's just going to be compression and EQ and a little bit of reverb. But it should bring out the best in your SM7b that maybe the Logic stock, template vocal chains won't do. So just click the link below and you can download that for free. Also, let me know how you like this video. Is there anything that I missed? Is there any way that you make your SM7 sound great with that I haven't spoken about in this video? Put a comment down below and I'll make sure to add it to the description box. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you click the subscribe button down there and the little bell so you're notified when I upload new stuff. Got loads of videos coming out this month, so make sure you subscribe so you're getting notified when they all come out. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.